Hair check. Can't film a hair video and have shit. Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's so cringe. This has been long in the making. I've been trying to make a YouTube channel for like the longest time and things just kept going wrong. Videos just weren't turning out right. So finally today, hopefully, providing this goes okay, this will be my first YouTube video. I wanted to do a styling video and that just didn't go right. The first time I spent 4 hours filming the video and then I filmed it vertically, so that was good. The second time there was like a whole ring light situation that I basically might as well have filmed in the dark, so that didn't go anywhere. So I thought, do you know what it is, I'm just gonna pluck up the courage and do a sit down talking video, and I've just realised you can see me in the background, so that's also cringe, but never mind. Today for my first video I'm going to be doing my hair care routine. My hair, background to my hair is naturally this colour. This is all my natural hair. I don't have extensions and I've also never dyed it, so this is virgin hair. However, I've also just made an appointment to get highlights. So now that the salons are open, well, the salon's open on Monday, so I've just made an appointment to get highlights for the summer. But I've never dyed my hair before, so I'm kind of a bit scared about that. Don't know if I'm making the right decision, but I'm just feel like I'm just a bit over like the all one colour, so I'm gonna get some lighter brown pieces through it. Don't know if anyone's got any thoughts. Has anyone got any regrets where they've dyed their hair and then thought, wish I never done that? Let a girl know. Or was it the best thing you did? Did you dye your hair and think, wish I'd done this sooner? Also let a girl know. So I'm going to be going through basically what I do to keep my hair in good condition, to grow it, to keep it silky, to get it thick, all of that jazz. I'd always had long hair and then I was over it. It was thin, it didn't style very well, it didn't hold a curl, so I chopped it off. And then I went through like a bob phase for like the last 2 and a bit years. I had like a long bob. Last time I got my hair cut in the bob style was, let me think, early mid-September. So that's what are we now? About 5 to 6 months ago. Let's say about 5 months. Okay, 5 months. So I got my, that's my tummy rumbling. Oh, it's lunchtime. I got my hair cut 5 months ago in a long bob. I'll try and insert a picture here if I can figure out how to. Ding. Obviously, naturally, when I got my hair cut into a bob, I decided I wanted long hair, as you do. So since then, pretty much I've been trying to grow my hair out, and I've learned a few tips and tricks to getting your hair thicker, to getting your hair healthier, and yeah, to getting it to grow quicker. I'm just gonna get on with it, okay? Let's just go. So the first thing that I switched up when I decided I wanted to grow my hair out was my shampoo and conditioner. So these are what I have been using recently. So these are the Thick and Full biotin and collagen shampoo, and then the same for the conditioner. So this is my second bottle of each of these. So I've gone through one of these already, and I only started using these in December, early December, so I've been using them for about 4 months now. They're great. I think they make your hair thick, they make it silky, they smell nice. I don't know what they smell nice, but they smell nice. Yeah, I think they're really nice shampoo conditioner. You can get them from Boots, definitely is where I got them from. I don't know if you can get them from Superdrug. I think they're about £6 each, but for someone like me who only washes my hair once a week, these will last me forever. I also only wash my hair once a week, so prior to lockdown, I would say, because I just got, I got a bit lazy through lockdown and I didn't really wash my hair that often. However, prior to lockdown, I would wash my hair 2 to 3 times a week just because it got so greasy so quickly. I would wash my hair and literally the next night, so I'd have like 1 day of clean hair, it would be greasy, like all in the roots, and I would have to wear it up. So I literally used to wear my hair up like 6 out of 7 days of the week. Through lockdown, I basically trained my hair to not get so greasy. So I know you've seen online, you can train your hair to basically wash itself. So if you don't wash your hair for like, I think it's a long time, like a couple of months, it basically cleans itself. We didn't go that far. However, I did not wash my hair that often, so it just stopped getting so greasy. So when I was washing it, it was staying cleaner for longer. So I've just kind of tried to keep up that routine of just once a week. And obviously if there's something I need to wash my hair for, if I'm going somewhere and I want like freshly washed hair, then I will do it more than once, but not that I'm going anywhere. But for the most part, once a week. Then the next thing, this is actually also a shampoo. So I know a lot of people suffer with this, but I get a really dry scalp. Seen on Instagram recently a lot of people doing like a question, can anyone recommend anything for dry scalp? And this is what I use. So this is the Neutrogena T-Gel Therapeutic Shampoo. And oh, look at me, proper YouTuber. And you wash your hair twice with this, so you literally rinse and then repeat. You put it through twice while you're in the shower. And you're meant to leave it in for, I don't know, a few minutes. So I would usually put it in, do the shower bits and bobs, and then rinse it out. And it works. It does. It really works. It gets rid of any dryness, any flakiness. It does work. The only thing I don't like about it, well, actually there's two things I don't like about it. The first thing is it's not like a treatment. So if you stop using it, the dryness comes back. So I used to use it every wash, and then once I noticed it got better, I've dropped it down to like every other wash, and then every other wash, and then I had to start using it again because the dryness, it comes back. It's not like a fix. You have to keep using it, which is a bit annoying when I want to use like a thickening situation. I just kind of try and mix it up and like do a week each. What's the other thing? Oh yeah, the smell. It stinks. It's really not nice. It smells like an old people's home. Can I say that? Is that rude? It's not nice, basically. It stinks. It smells like a medicated shampoo, which is exactly what it is. But the smell doesn't last. It is only while you're in the shower, while you're kind of lathering it into your hair. You smell it and it's gross, but it doesn't last. You don't go around smelling like an old people's home for a week. It's just while you're in the shower. It just does mean, you know, when you've got like nice, freshly washed hair and you can like smell it and it smells like a coconut breeze, you don't have that. Where shall we go next? Let's do hair masks. So I always used to do hair masks, but kind of like whenever I could be bothered, whenever I was having like a pamper night and I could put a hair mask in, or like whenever I remembered. But over the last year, I would say they're now part of my routine. They're now a staple. So these are two that I've been using at the minute. So this one is Tresemme Pro Collection Deep Smoothing Keratin Mask. It's that one. And this is Garnier Ultimate Blends Smoothing Hair Food and Coconut Macadamia. That's that one. These come in like a bunch of different flavours, smells, styles, I don't know. But you get like a coconut one, you can get a banana one, you can get, I don't know, but there's a bunch. So what you meant to do is wash your hair, put this in while you're in the shower, and then leave it in for, I think it's 3 to 5 minutes, and then do your other shower bobs, and then rinse it out. I'm a bit lazy, and if it's like a week where I know my hair needs to be washed and it's like dirty, it needs a wash, but I'm not really going anywhere the next day, I don't really care if it looks good, I'm not going to style it, it just needs to be washed, I will wash my hair, put this in, and then I'll get out, and then I'll just sleek it back into a high ponytail or a high bun or whatever, and then I'll leave it and then rinse it out when I can be bothered. And if I'm being honest, that's not always the next day. Might be 2 days, might be 3 days, but I'll rinse it out, and then you've got freshly washed hair and you've used your hair mask and you've had 3 days of not having to do your hair. So for me, that is win, win, win. I'm not really precious with my hair masks. Whatever hair mask you've got, like this one I just got for Christmas as part of like a set, so I've just been using that one up. That one I just got because I wanted it. And then yeah, I'm not precious. You can get any from like Boots, Superdrug, Look Fantastic, whatever. Use any hair mask you want. If you're going to be lazy like me and leave it in for a couple of days before you rinse it out, so some of them make all your hair, so when you've got it scraped back, some of them make all your hair go hard. Like on here, if you've got it in a bun, all your hair will go hard and like you've got loads of hairspray, and that's how it'll feel. However, I've found that with all hair masks that I've tried. However, this one I've recently discovered does not do that. So this one, your hair doesn't go like a hairspray kind of hard, so you can leave this in for like 3 days and it'll just look like you've got like silky hair. It doesn't look greasy, doesn't look hard, doesn't look anything, it just looks nice and silky. So then the next thing is castor oil. So this has just been recently introduced into my routine. I would say the last 2 months maybe I've been using this. I've seen quite a few people on Instagram and on YouTube in their videos saying this is what they use to get thicker hair. That's it, just thicker hair. So naturally somebody else had it, I needed it, I went on Amazon, immediately bought it. This turned up next day. So 1 week I'll use a hair mask, and then the next week when I wash I will use a castor oil. Obviously if I wash my hair more frequently I just take turns, but that's generally what I do. I alternate between the masks and the oil. I've seen a few people mix the two, so I put my hair mask and my oil all the way through my hair, literally from like root to tip, but I've seen a few people do half and half, so they'll put the castor oil on their scalp and then the mask in the ends, and that's actually quite a good idea to make sure I use them both frequently enough. Otherwise if it's just every 2 weeks, like I don't get to use this that often, so I might change up and do that, but for now I just do one at a time, and that works well enough. My hair is a lot thicker than what it used to be, so I know a lot of people put it like the night before hair wash night. They'll put it through dirty hair, go to sleep, wake up and then wash it out. I don't do that, and the only reason I don't do that is, well, 2 reasons. So if I put this all over my head and then lay down on my pillow, I'm going to be rolling around on my pillow, my face is going to go in it. I don't want castor oil on my face, like it's just going to get everywhere. It's a really messy thick oil, it's going to get everywhere. I don't want to do that. And I know people put a towel down, but then I don't want my hair rubbing up against a towel during the night. Like that's not good for breakage and for your hair in general, so that's the reason I don't do it overnight. However, what I'll do is I'll put it in first thing on the morning, so a day where I'm not really bothered what my hair looks like, I will put it on first thing in the morning. I literally just put it in the palm of my hands, rub it together and just scrape it through literally my entire head, all the bottoms, all the tops, everything, my entire head, and then sleek it up into a top knot on top of my head and then just go about my day. So it'll still be in for the full 8 hours because I'll put it in first thing and then rinse it out like in the evening. But I just don't do it overnight because, well, because of what I said. And the other thing I do with this is I also put it in my eyebrows and my eyelashes. So I literally just take like a spoolie, like an eyelash wand, and I just dip it in and I brush it through my brows and I brush it through my eyelashes. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd say I do it every morning. I don't do it every morning. I do my skincare, if I remember, I do it on a morning. For the same reason, I don't want to leave it in overnight. I don't want to be rolling around it, rubbing on my pillow, ruining my pillow, getting on my face, whatever. So I'll do it on a morning with my skincare, and then on a night when I wash my face, I'll just wash it out. However, like I say, I don't remember, so it might be like a couple of times a week I do that. Where are we gonna go next? Another thing that I always do is I always put an oil through my hair after I wash my hair. And throughout the week, like whenever, I use oil in my hair quite often. And again, I'm like the hair masks, I'm not precious about which oil that I use, just whatever. I only got this one recently, I've only used it about 4 or 5 times, but I actually really like this one. So if you're looking for a nice hair oil, I actually really recommend this one. It's the Fine Coconut Oil by L'Oreal Extraordinary Oil, and make sure you get the fine one because I know they've got a thicker one, and my hair doesn't really take to that. So if I put a lot of oil through my hair, because it's naturally quite greasy, it will look greasy. It won't look smooth, it will look greasy even if I've just washed it. So I have to be really careful with oils that I don't use the wrong one or use too much. So this one I find works really well. The other one I like is the, I don't know what the company's called, I think the company's called Moroccan Oil, and it's the argan oil, or the other way around, but whatever, the little blue one. I know you all know which one I mean. So that one I also really like because that's quite fine, and I literally will do it in wet hair. So when I get out the shower, put a little bit in, rub it through, and rub it mainly through the ends. And then I also just did it now after I curled my hair, did the exact same thing again, rubbed it through and just pulled it through the curls just to loosen them a bit. So that is something that really adds shine. If your hair can't hold the oil, don't make your hair greasy. That's like the worst thing. You get out the shower, you got freshly washed hair, then you put oil through and then it's greasy 2 minutes later and you've wasted like 2 hours of your life. Next is this that I've been using. It's the Hairdressers Volume and Growth Elixir, and this, it's one of those things, like, does it work? I don't know. I don't like to try too many things at once. You know, when you're trying like 10 different things at once and you're like, oh my god, my hair's amazing, which one was it? Which one do I spend my money on again? You don't know, do you? So this one I've been using, again, I got this for Christmas and I've been using it ever since, and my hair has drastically improved since Christmas. I would say in the last 3 months, that's where most of the improvement has been. Can I put it down solely to this? No, obviously in conjunction with everything else. However, do I like to feel bougie when I get out the shower and spray my elixir all through my hair, through my wet hair? Yes. Do I like the smell of it? Yes. It smells like holiday, you know, like after sun, coconut, suntan lotion kind of vibe. That's what it smells like. So I don't know if it really works, but I like to put it in. It feels nice. It smells nice. It's doing something. So I enjoy it. I'll probably repurchase it. Maybe not necessarily, it wouldn't have to be this one, but I would get something along those lines. I also tried the Grow Gorgeous one. It's an oil, I think it's a serum, but that was expensive. That was like £55 and the bottle was like teeny weeny. And you meant to use it every day, so that literally lasted us less than a month, I would say. Again, did it contribute? I don't really know. Would I buy it again? No, because it was like £55 and I think I can get the same results with other products. Moving on is heat defense spray. So obviously through lockdown and through general life the past year, I've barely been going anywhere. So honestly, I've barely been doing my hair. Like I'd say I've done my hair like 10 times, maybe something like that. So when I wash my hair, if I don't have to use heat on it, I literally won't. So if I'm not going anywhere and I don't care what my hair looks like, I will wash it and then that will be it. Or I'll hair mask, whatever I'm doing, but I won't dry it, I won't curl it, I won't straighten it, I won't do any of that jazz, because if I don't have to use heat, then I'm just not going to. And I think that has contributed massively to the health of my hair. But if I am going to use heat like I did today, so today I blow dried it and then curled it, I will douse my hair in a heat defense spray. And this one's literally like £1. I think they all do the same. Like I don't really think it matters whatever the main heat defense ingredient is, as long as it's got that. I mean, not that I know what it is, but I think they all do the same. A heat defense is a heat defense. So this is the one that I use. It's argan oil heat defense leave-in spray. I'm about halfway through this one, and again, when it runs out, I will just buy any. But this one, I think it's like £1.99 from B&M, £2.99, whatever. But I go through it when I'm doing my hair, because I will literally douse my hair in this. I don't want anything to not be covered by the heat defense spray. So if you're drying your hair, straightening your hair, curling your hair, whatever you're doing, douse your hair in this. Literally get out the shower, coat my hair in all of my lotions, potions. I'll do my oil, I'll do my heat defense, I'll do my hair burst, I'll do all of that. And then before I do anything with it, next thing I'll do is I will brush all of that. This brush is a bit, show you this side. I'll brush all of that through, all my oils, all my lotions, potions, all of that. I'll brush it through using, this is the Tangle Teaser, and this is the wet brush. So they've got a few different styles. I know the normal brush, I think it's like a little claw, but this is the wet brush, so it's specifically for wet hair. I find the normal Tangle Teasers, they don't get to the root. They didn't really brush my hair. I was just kind of brushing the top. So I always used a really thick paddle brush with like hard bristles, and I always just used to use this in my wet hair. However, I now use this completely, so it's got like soft bristles rather than like hard bristles on your head. So I'll use this anytime I brush my hair, whatever I'm doing, whether it's wet, dry, hair mask, no hair mask, whatever. I just use a wet brush, and I think the soft bristles have really helped with lack of snapping, breakage. I find I don't lose as much hair anymore when I brush it through. So speaking of breakage, the last two things I want to talk about are silk items. So firstly is silk scrunchies. So when I used to wear my hair up a lot, I mean I still do, I'm lazy with my hair, so I wear it up a lot just because I can't be bothered doing it, but I'd always use like black elastic hair ties, and they were tight, they would pull, they would give me a headache. Silk scrunchies are your go-to. You can literally get these, I think these are, I got these from Primark. I got a pack of like 4 for like 10 pence. No, they're probably like £2. These scrunchies, they will not break your hair, they will not snap your hair, they're soft, they don't give you a headache, they don't hurt. This is what you need. Lastly is the silk pillowcase. So yes, I got mine from Look Fantastic, and I think I paid, I mean they're quite expensive, I think I paid like 50 quid or something along those lines for it. And the reason I got it wasn't because of my hair, got it for my skin. I've been suffering with my skin for a little while over the last couple of months, but I'll get into that. I'm going to do a whole separate video on that. But yeah, I was suffering with my skin, and I'd read that silk pillowcases were good for the skin. They stop irritation when you're sleeping on the pillow at night. And yeah, so that is the initial reason that I got it. But then after doing more research and actually using it, they are also really, really good for hair health. When you're sleeping at night, when your hair rubs against this, it's nice and soft. It doesn't produce breakage, it doesn't cause damage, it doesn't produce as much frizz as opposed to a proper what they're called, pillow, that's like your head's like rubbing up against it. So I have noticed, usually I would wake up on a morning and my pillow would basically be covered in hair, just all my hair would just fall out and snap all over the pillow, and I literally wake up and there is nothing on this, like I don't get any breakage. So this, although expensive, I would say an investment, because you only need one, and I mean it's not going to run out. It's not like an expensive shampoo that's going to last you a few weeks. Like this, you can just have this for as long as you want. So that is everything. I feel like a bit of a fraud realising that I've just curled my hair for this video, so now it looks a lot shorter than what it actually is, but really it's down to about here when it's properly straightened. So from the video I inserted earlier, if I can try again, ding, hope that worked, otherwise that's embarrassing. It's grown a lot in like 5 to 6 months, so I think that is a combination of the fact I've never dyed my hair, so it is naturally just quite fast growing, and a combination of all of this goodness. So I think all of that combined has definitely helped my hair grow thicker, grow healthier, grow longer, and all of the things that you want it to be. So I'm gonna go ruin that next month when the hairdresser's open and I get it dyed. If anyone tries any of these products, if anyone actually is even watching this video, to be honest, please let us know. But if anyone tries any of these products and likes them, or equally doesn't like them, or wants to recommend a better product, that is also welcomed. But yeah, please let me know if you watched or enjoyed this video, and hopefully somebody does. And I will do another one soon. Yeah, I will see you all soon. Bye.